I see almost everyone talk about composting toilets when it comes to using the bathroom off-grid. I'm not sure why, to be honest. Everyone I know who lives out here, they still go into town to do laundry. They still go into town to get water and to throw out their trash at the landfill. So I think it makes a lot more sense. Just throw it out with your trash. You're doing that anyway. Um, I mean, let's be honest. We're not farming out here. Not in a serious way. Um, in the desert. So, I mean, I think someone might be. But if you are farming and making enough food to support yourself, like you are a rare individual in in with the worst soil on earth. You're farming. I think most people say they're farming just so they could post a photo of a tomato on their Facebook. And I believe them. Like I believe that they made that tomato, but you know what? That's like a tomato for like every 5 months. You have a tomato and a carrot. You know, and then have this entire separate process. Unless you're gonna use your compost for like the nitrogen, I don't what is it, nitrogen potassium. I don't know what farmers measure for the soil health, but there's nitrogen's definitely one of them. But there's other things that you need for your soil, and I think composting might help with that. But let's be honest, we're not farming out here in the desert. You know, I mean, people have gardens, for fun, but they're not. You're not sustaining yourself. You may be taking a photo of a tomato, or a carrot, and that's fine. But I mean, if you're a hobbyist, that's fine. Maybe that's why you want to do it. But if you're a normal person who's just like, uh, I mean, living off the land, how are you going to live off land that has no fertility? You know, you're in the desert. No one lives. If you were trying to live off the land way back when, you would die. You can't live off a barren wasteland. There's no water out here. The soil is dirt. Or sorry, the soil is sand. It's not dirt. You gotta you gotta do a lot to make this sand into something that can grow in it. Most people, if you have a little garden, you go buy soil at Home Depot. You know. So I mean, that's already cheating. You're not living off the land. That's ridiculous. I think everyone likes to pretend like they're farming, but then they go to the store and they buy food. You know. Anyways. What were we talking about? So if you're using your compost, I suppose, but composting makes more sense than having an entire, septic system. But what I think makes even more sense is a simple folding chair that is made to hold commode bags. It has this plastic ring that holds the bag in place, and it's very strong and comfortable. It's inside with you the whole time. It stays clean. The bags you just put in the trash, which you're going to throw out anyway. Everyone's got trash. There's coffee grounds. Everyone has trash. Even if you're off grid, you still have trash. So just put it in with your trash. And then I have trash cans, bigger trash cans, away from my area. Weighted down with some stones inside of them so they won't like blow away in the wind or whatever. But that's where like most of my trash is. But I have a small bucket here that serves as a table as well, and then I have that next to me. One principle that I'm taking from composting toilets is the practice of separating solid and liquid waste to eliminate the smell. So you do number 2 in the bag, tie it up and place it in the trash, and then you do number 1 in this 2.5-gallon scepter jug. I don't use any composting medium like peat moss, coconut noir, or aspen bedding. It's not necessary. I can have 1 to 2 bags of solid waste in the trash can without any medium at all, and I won't smell it unless it's really hot outside. But I started with the composting toilet. I started with the Sea Head composting toilet, made to go in boats. I never used it. I could tell the crevices, it's made out of wood, so the crevices, screw holes, it's like there's all these places where smell is going to get trapped and absorbed by it, and it would be impossible to clean. I could tell it was going to become a nightmare over time, so I never used it. It looks nice. Looks like a normal toilet, but that's why I bought it. But once I looked at it, it's like kind of you don't really know what it's going to be until you really get started and get your hands dirty. And I looked at it, I see, I can't clean this area. The smell is going to get trapped in here. I won't be able to do anything about it. Um, Anyways, I moved to the Selway fabrication toilet called the Groover. They call it the Groover. I don't know why they call it a Groover. It's from the kayaking community. Am I getting that right? Selway fabrication, river toilet, rafting toilet, both. What is this called? The one that I got. I want to find the one that I got. I got the Riverbank 2 full toilet system in green. So I moved to the Riverbank 2 toilet by Selway Fabrication. It's nice. I like it. It's very solid, heavy plastic, very heavy plastic. You could leave it in the sun for, centuries. It would be fine, just by how thick and well made the plastic is. But it comes with the logo on it. I wish it didn't have the logo, but I wonder if I could special ask to not get the logo on it. But I'm not using it anyways. But I do like it. It's very well made, very sturdy. However, it takes up more space than the folding toilet. And this folding chair with commode bag system is a lot better than a composting toilet. You're not going to want a composting toilet inside with you. If you have a large mass of solid waste in your living area, you're going to smell it, even if you're using a lot of composting medium. And when there's bad weather, it's rainy and cold in the middle of the night, you're not going to want to go outside to use your composting toilet, or if you have it right outside, you don't want to lift the entire thing to bring inside temporarily. Lift the entire thing inside with you, it's going to be caught as, it's going to be a mess. So then once you put it back outside, and then you got to clean up the mess you just made on your floor. That's not fun. Bringing in all the mud and dirt and snow and ice. And then it gets frozen out there because it's not in your heated area. So, you got to take a screwdriver and bust out the ice that's keeping it frozen shut. Or if you have it even far away from your tent, it's even worse. You're not going to want to go out there to use it. Sometimes you don't want to go outside, You say, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's like you don't want to do that all the time. So I felt like I needed to make this video because everything online was either an entire overcomplicated septic system or a composting toilet. And I don't think it makes sense, for most people living off grid. I think just use commode. You're going to throw out your trash anyways. You're going to have trash, and you're going to throw it out at the landfill. So why have a separate process where you're collecting your poop, and then you have to buy composting medium to for your poop? So you just have a bunch of poop in your land. Why? I don't know. I went the composting toilet route initially because I researched, how do people use the bathroom off grid? Well, they have septic systems or they have composting toilet. And I said compost. Well, that's simpler than a septic system. I guess I'll do that. Um, but just the reality is you're going to have trash. You're going to throw out said trash at the landfill. So why have a separate process where you're collecting poop, buying composting medium that you wouldn't otherwise need to go throw on your poop? So you're building a poop fortress with your chosen medium. Um, that doesn't make sense to me. Um, or you'll see also people, bushcrafting people, say, "Oh, you can go even simpler. You can dig a hole and poop in there." So see if you want to dig into frozen ground when it's snowing and your back hurts and you're in your sleeping bag at 3 a.m. and you need to go. So even in the best of weather conditions and you're able to do it physically, like I don't think you'd want to if you're staying in the same place for more than a few days, because eventually your beautiful land will be a minefield of all the places you've pooped. You're just gonna have holes everywhere, just full of poop. So you're being surrounded by poop. Um, I mean, you probably won't smell it, but you just know. You just know there's mounds of poop all around you. All right. Anyways, here are the products I'm using: portable toilet by Bleeka, commode bags by Bill Lundberg, and then 2.5 gallon scepter jug. If you're a woman, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe there's some sort of funnel you could purchase. I don't know. I think the commode bags, I think you could go in them like both ways, you know? They're strong enough, but it's going to smell. So if you do that, you're not going to have it in your trash can. You're going to have to do that, tie it up, and then shot put it outside your tent or discus it. You know, you probably want to discus it. It'll get more distance away from you. Although with shot put, you can control the rotation. Yeah, yeah. See, discus the liquid would like pinwheel all around. That yeah, you don't want to do that. That's true. Um, but chances are you are not a woman because this is on the computer, and famously, women don't know how to use computers.